Hi, welcome to PhDizzle, and I'm your host, Alice Chang, and today we'll be interviewing Troy Walker, who got his JD from the University of Denver and is now a comedian.
Yep.
How did you choose to go to law school?
Well, I was doing stand-up way before I went to law school. I started doing stand-up in undergrad, and I had done it for a couple of years. I figured it would be easier to keep doing comedy in school as opposed to out of it. I got into the schools that I wanted to get into, and DU was my top choice, and they gave me a scholarship, so I went.
Oh, awesome. How did you transition from law school into a full-time comedy gig?
Like I said, I was doing stand-up well before.
Yeah.
And the 3 years that I spent in law school, I never stopped. I was doing it every night for 3 years while I was in school. I was doing it while I was studying for the bar. By the time I got out, I think I was paid regular at my home club. Biggest comedy festival in the world is called the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival.
Okay.
And so every young comic wants to be part of the new faces section of that. There's like a whole, Amazon has a whole series now called Inside Jokes that's just like a documentary series about being a new face at Montreal.
Oh, wow.
So I got selected to be one of those. And so I went to Montreal and I did well at the festival, and I got my agents out of it, and then shortly after it was move to LA. And
Do you like being in LA now? Is that, I'm guessing it's a lot different because it's like the epicenter of entertainment.
I love LA. LA's great. You get to do, the weather's good. There's great places to eat. Literally everywhere. Things are open late. You get to try to see how far you can take your dream and your talent, and that's great.
Have you ever had a situation where your law background or your legal background was helpful in your comedy career?
I think I'm a better writer because I had to become a good legal writer. Comedy writing and legal writing are not necessarily super different, actually, in a lot of ways, because with legal writing, you have to ground every premise. You have to make sure that they follow your argument and the logic of your argument from beginning to end so that they arrive at the exact same conclusion that you do. And it's sort of the same thing. You have to phrase any joke that you write in such a way that the crowd, who are not you and don't necessarily think like you, will think like you for the purposes of that joke and will follow the logic of that joke to its conclusion and hopefully get a laugh.
So you're super busy, traveling for comedy, going to classes, getting your legal title with you at all times.
I do.
What do you like to do for fun if you have any spare time?
I like to check out the city. I like to explore it. I like to go to museums and restaurants and hang out with my friends. And I watch a lot of TV. I stream a lot of, these, here.
Do you only watch comedy?
No, I honestly rarely watch comedy. I usually will watch dramas.
Are you into horror?
I love horror movies. Really, a good horror movie, especially a good, legitimately scary horror movie, there's few things that are as good as that to me.
Favorite museum?
How do you go wrong with the Getty, right?
There's one Getty and then there's one in Malibu.
Well, there's the Getty Villa in Malibu that's antiquities.
Which one's better?
The regular Getty's better.
Okay, I haven't been to the other one.
The other one's cool, but it's nowhere near as expansive as the other one.
Okay. The
other one is just on another level. It very much is there's the Getty, and then the Getty's the main game, and then the Villa's the expansion pack.
Okay. Like Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the Sims one. It's regular Sims, and then regular Sims is the Getty, and then the Getty Villa is accountants. Sims accountants.
PhDizzle.
And JDizzle. Having fun with smart people who do cool things.